Hello and welcome to a brand new series for Space Crew Legendary Edition. My name is Vilcata, and today we're going to be starting again a fresh campaign of the Android Ambush expansion. Now, I have played through the original campaign, though not on camera, some time back. And Space Crew, for those who are not familiar with it, is kind of a part two to another game called Bomber Crew, which was also a fantastic game. But this campaign kind of came out of nowhere a couple months ago, and I was excited to play, and I loaded it up a little bit, tried it out a little bit, just to get familiar with it. And but I was just too busy doing other things to really get a chance to dig into it and play it. And so I thought, let's do it on a live stream. And hopefully some of our viewers will return from the previous stream. Hopefully maybe we'll pick up some new people who are interested in this game. But this is a fun little game, and I think it's going to translate well into a live stream because it is very frenetic. It can get overwhelming, and it takes a lot of just kind of focus and a little bit of chaos. And I think that it will translate well into seeing it live as opposed to seeing carefully tailored episodes. So I'm looking forward to running this, and I'm going to hit new game. It doesn't feature a tutorial. We don't need a tutorial. I am the tutorial. So we're going to do a new one here. I have a save where I did just a couple of quick missions when it first came out, just to get an idea for what it was. So we've been tasked with safeguarding the colonization mission in the Alpha Centauri system. So we've moved on from the original. We'll go over that in a minute here. We're looking to create a new home on a new planet. So it looks like the colonists have established a spaceport that they've named Arcus. So when it's talking about we're going to be joining the sister station Orion, I believe this is the station. Yeah, so the station that we're talking from right now, this is going on from, is the station I believe that we used in the previous campaign. So we're activating a wormhole and going to join them. So we'll go over that. That's referential from the original campaign. Hello, Amanda. Welcome. A new name. I don't believe I recognize your name, so welcome to the stream. So historically, from the previous campaign, we were fighting against the Phasmids, which were an alien race that was basically coming to destroy Earth. And the wormhole drive was actually something that we salvaged from one of their motherships or something or another and incorporated as part of human technology. So that's kind of a carryover from the previous campaign that our ship's able to do that. But we saved Earth, and now we're moving outwards to colonize. And the premise of this basically is that we're now going to be attacked by androids, which I believe are the creation of a human gone rogue. I don't recall, but the missions will kind of fill us in as we go along. The first thing we want to do is we want to adjust the difficulty. So we're going to go to panic. We're going to disable slow time. But the one thing we are going to do, so we're going to leave it in classics. That's the best way as far as I'm concerned. You don't want the automatic. I don't want the automatic stuff. Because the basics of the way the game functions is that we are kind of a commander of the ship, we don't directly control our crew. We do move them between stations and give them commands, but they act upon on their own. That's where the targeting all comes down to, is us targeting things to indicate to them what we want them to do. But the one thing we are going to do is we're going to increase the crew size by 1, because the game is so much more fun with the extra crew member. It's still not enough to fill all stations at all times, but from experience, before they added that feature, it didn't really make it more difficult not having the extra person. It made one of the stations basically unused, and it was like, well, it felt like it was going to waste. And so when I tried playing it with the extra person, I just enjoyed it more because I got to use that it's the engineer's station. That instead of the engineer being in a weapons bay at all times, you can actually have them doing some engineer stuff. And so I found it to be a lot more fun that way. That's the one concession we're going to make in difficulty, but we are in max difficulty. We're shutting off slow time. There's no pausing. It goes when things start to get crazy, then things just start to get crazy. Actually, we need to recruit a new person. Yes. This is telling us that we can set our gear here, which it did tell us that there was no tutorial, but yet it wants to tell us how to do all this stuff. So we have a new slot for weapons officer. Don't know that it really matters. We can look at their stats here. Their default stats: armor, movement, speed, radiation resist. I think they all start with standard gear. So we got one person. This one seems to be the fastest, but lower base armor. Ooh, really high armor on this one. Nice. But this one looks sassy. Martina. I think I want Martina. Plus, it looks like pretty good speed and good armor, so that's a good recruit. The speed's not going to factor a whole lot into our gunners because, for the most part, they're not going to be moving around. But on occasion, they'll have to get out of their chair. And we're going to try to go through some basic gearing real quick, but we're not going to do a whole lot because there's a lot of stuff that isn't unlocked yet. And we don't really want to spend much of our money on the crew gear yet because we want to do some basic stuff on the ship. And this is not a lot of money, just to let you know. So I want to focus mostly on armor on the people who aren't going to be moving around a lot, which would be like our pilot and our crew in the front. So our comms officer and our security officer, who is better at combat due to his security stuff, but he's not going to really be moving out of the front of the ship very much. So that's largely what we're going to focus on for these guys. But our pilot, I think I want to armor him up. And then we can see the effects of it is we're gaining in armor, but we're losing in movement speed. Again, he should never be out of his chair. So I'm okay with that. And we can color their armor as well. I don't need anything for his holster. We'll armor his gloves. $80. You know what? We'll wait on that. We're going to do a couple of key things. So for our engineer, we want to give her an engineering tool. And we're going to want to give her gravity boots, $150. But we're going to do it anyway. And the reason we're going to do that, and we're going to see it once we're on the ship, is we're mostly going to have gravity just turned off. It's power that we don't want to have to waste. It also gives us an advantage when we have boarding parties who don't have the advantage of gravity. So that's what I want to make sure is done on this. Our engineer is going to largely be centered around movement speed and maybe some resists and whatnot. Less about armor, or at least anything that reduces their armor speed considerably. But again, we're going to go light on the money right now. And I think we're just going to just armor up our gunners so that they don't have to get out of the gunner seat very often. Here, our helmsman, we're going to change the color of his gold. And I want my mirror's going to be in black. We're going to keep the same outfit though. Darn it, change color. Because I don't want to slow her. Well, minus 10. Okay, well. So if we give her radiation, then it's minus 5, so it's less speed loss. We're going to just save our money though for now. We might come back and update her. We're going to keep these guys in red, which they're already in. I don't want them taking too much damage, especially early on, because we don't have good healing capability. So that's going to be it for the armor sets for now. Let's head to our spacecraft. That's a very colorful ship. We'll worry about the library later. Looks like we have standard armor plating, all right, on everything already. And this symbol here shows that we don't have enough research yet to have these things unlocked. So things unlock automatically as we hit certain research milestones. We don't have to like spend research points to unlock them. It'll just, at 16,000, for example, on here, it'll just become available. So what we're going to want to do is check some basic things. What's available to us. This is our shielding system. For 1,000, for 1,000 we can get more shields without losing out on anything. So we have, this is how much damage it can take, or its resilience to damage before it breaks. This is how much shields it provides, and this is the time it takes for it to recharge, or the recharge speed. And so normally we'll see, like, this is super shield. This is actually, we would want this more than that one. Super shield with terrible recharge. And bad shields with really fast recharge. So we're going to save our money because we kind of want this one right here, the high capacity. We don't care about the gravity generator at all because we're going to have gravity shut off. Oxygen is just about its resilience. The chance of whether or not it breaks, either from damage or on its own. So we'll only upgrade this when we just kind of have spare money. Reactor is a big deal because we have a certain amount of dots that we can spend into various systems. And so we will always go for the thing with the highest reactor number. See, this is really vulnerable, but it gives us a lot of power. So when we have the money, that's going to be a priority, but you can see that's very expensive. And the medical bay, we're going to want the medical bay with the highest output. We don't care about the speed of it. Looks like we can't afford basically anything. On engines, we're going to look for things with the highest evasion. So this is going to be good for us. Not getting hit is better than the engines staying in good shape. And equipment, this is something we're probably going to spend money on right now. A little bit. This default equipment isn't bad. So, like this is showing the two items. We have an extinguisher and a suit. It's already selected. Across the ship, there are different bays. Most importantly is the location of the items. So this one right here in the middle, this is where our engineer is going to be. I want a gun in this bay. So let's look for the combination of a gun and an extinguisher. Oh, looks like we're going to get some money back because it's cheaper than things that are there currently. I want him to have quick access to those items. And in general, we're just going to look around the rooms. This is really probably should be extinguishers because this is where boarding parties typically come in. We want to already have a gun in hand. We don't need to have a gun here. But fires will start back here, but we're not going to worry about it right now. This should have a suit for going outside. And then in front, let's get an extra med kit. Expensive. And these we'll upgrade them as we go along later, but I think this is kind of a bare bones. Make sure things are in the right place. Gate pods we're not going to worry about. And our livery, we're going to do a quick might change this later just to get us out the door. I wanted to do something here. Specific reference for those who are returning from having watched the series for Hardspace Shipbreaker. We're going to initially paint this like a ship from Hardspace, just kind of as a homage. This will be the Peros Rojo. And again, we're going to come back later and do some more customizations later, but we kind of want to get out there in space and actually start killing some stuff. But the colors don't show up real well to it. Okay. All right, we'll leave it at that. Now the away team gear, this is a new feature that I have not yet experienced. Like I said, I just did a quick couple of missions. This is something that's new to the game. This is not a feature that was in the previous one. So we're going to run into scenarios where we, I guess, send landing teams to do stuff. And it doesn't look like we can do much customization. It's just a matter of adding more of what they're going to carry. And the first upgrade is really expensive, so we're obviously not going to do anything with this for a while. I don't know what to expect out of this, so we'll see. And we looked at the cost of stuff. Most things we can't afford, so this is one thing we can't afford. I think this is going to be our one purchase. We're going to get one of our engines to a better evasion rate to get us through the early fights. The less we get hit, the better off we are. So there goes essentially all of our money. So that is pretty much it. We get a few dollars. I want to check real quick and see if there's anything better I can do for my engineer, because the engineer is the one who's going to be running around. They're also going to be doing the fighting, so I don't want to make them too weak. So that's a lot of armor for very little speed loss. So I think we're okay with doing that. 45 bucks. I don't think we're going to do anything with that. So let's get out there and actually fight something. So we're defending the colony. So this is right, that's the new space colony. So apparently it's already under attack. Didn't take long, did it? All right. So this is our map. In some of the, or many of the scenarios, we will have alternate routes. So this isn't just graphic. This actually means something. But in this case, we're not going to have multiple routes. Low risk. This is our reward and the research we'll get from it. There can be bonus things along the way. Stopping to scan a thing or pick up something. And so this is our ship. This is our layout. And I can use hotkeys to cycle between the guys. So I will sometimes click on them. Sometimes I'll hotkey them. Our security officer here will most of the time be in the front weapons bay. And I didn't go over the weapons because we didn't really have the money to upgrade any of them. And I'm going to spend a lot of money on weapons. But in short, there are two classifications of weapons. There are energy weapons and there are projectile weapons. So it looks like in the front here we have a energy weapon. Those are better at bringing down shields. Projectile weapons do more damage to hull. The other big difference is that energy weapons rely on the reactor. So if we look at our engineers in the engineering seat, we can change around our power. So we have 4 bars of power. We're going to shut off gravity, put it somewhere else. This will actually increase the damage that energy weapons use, or do. But if this were to ever go to 0, they would do nothing. They would shut down. Whereas the kinetic weapons will always work. So let's pick our helmsman and launch the ship. We're going to change all these stickers and everything around later, but we just kind of want to get out there. So if we zoom out, she's going to give us our little storyline things that we received a distress call from Arcadia Prime. And they're under attack. So the basic interface of the game is whoever I am selected on, I can see their skills panel, see as I cycled through them. It's both their skills panel and the panel related to where they're sitting currently. Everybody can do anybody's job, but people who are specialized in it can do it better or get things, abilities related to it. So like our weapons guys will get weapon-related abilities that would remain locked to people who are sitting in those seats and they just point the gun. So the game-based controls are based on a targeting system. So right now I need to target this to tell us where to go, the objective. So if I go into targeting mode, this is targeting mode. And if I go over it, you'll see it circles it, and now it's targeted. That tells the helmsman that's where I want him to go. If I don't actually control the ship, the helmsman is driving it around. Apparently, my shield system is already breaking. So I selected him by hitting his number 3, and I'm clicking on it for him to go over there and do repairs. And so I no longer have to be selected on him. He's going to do his job. We see the little circle going around it showing the repair status. While we're waiting, we're back on the helmsman. We're going to charge the drive. It takes 4 power to do. So that's going to shut off everything. That shuts off our shields. That shuts off if we had our gravity turned on. Our weapons, you can see they went red because they don't have a reactor anymore. And even though we don't have gravity, you can see my guy's walking because he has gravity boots, magnetic boots. You can see all the power went to engines. And we are lining up with the port. And we're going to space jump. Like something else is already broke. All right, so our gravity generator is already broke, which we don't really care about, but we're going to have them repair it anyway. So down here in the bottom right, we have our radar, and you can see it's warning us that we have incoming enemies. Our objective's over here, so I'm going to start flying in that direction. Now, our guys will not shoot at something unless I've tagged it. So here come the bad guys, as you can see them in red. So once I tag them, see the guys start shooting. If we zoom in, we can see them firing. There are more coming. So again, I could focus fire kind of on these guys by not targeting these guys. But the guys on the other side of the ship aren't firing because they don't have anything to shoot at. So we're going to target them anyway. And again, we're not targeting, we're not actually aiming, we're not controlling the guns, we're not flying the ship, we're relying on the crew to do that. You can see here, these are the shielding, which the shields in the front and the bottom are now out. We're taking damage on the bottom. But our armor can soak some of it. And a matter of time of us not taking damage, the shields will start to recharge. But they won't recharge while they're taking damage. So now we are here. We're at the portal, but the recharge time you can see was 1:06. If there are any hostiles in the area, our recharge time goes through the roof. So you see someone died, and now it takes less time to recharge or to charge the FTL. It's not really an FTL, the jump drive. Now it's down to 33 seconds. That's just with one guy. And now 4 seconds with nobody in here, so I can charge up. And I can jump. Now, I don't have to jump immediately. If I have things that need to be repaired, I can run around the ship right now and do repairs while I'm already charged. If new guys jump in, it won't cancel my charge, but I'm a sitting duck sitting here. Hello, Roxanne. Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure what VOA is. I hope that my audio and everything's coming through fine. This is a fresh stream, so if there's any problem with the stream or the audio or anything, please let me know, because I'm not on the other side. I can't tell unless someone tells me. Oh, we have hostiles. So when we arrive at points of interest like this, sometimes like a station or a large ship, sometimes there will be these floating waypoints that are just a way for us to kind of influence where we're at, even though there isn't something actually there. And right now I'm on patrol, so normally I'll have other options for offensive or defensive statures as my guys start to level up and gain new abilities. But our guys are bare bones right now because they haven't leveled up yet. So I'm just going to try to keep an eye out here. Oh, it's like they just damaged the station. I feel like they have changed it a little bit, because I thought that these even at level 1, the pilot should have aggressive stances to allow me to go after people. It's a little strange to me that I don't have that. We are taking a bit of a beating. I am definitely looking forward to getting all of our guys upgraded. Oh, our reactor has lost a dot. We have our status of what we're doing here, clearing our enemies, or defending the station is optional for some reason, which is kind of something you wouldn't expect. But the pace of this will ramp up pretty fast. Just kind of the introductory mission. as we start getting abilities, we'll be able to do more. And the offensive nature of the bad guys will dramatically pick up. And again, we don't want to stick around too long after we've defeated the enemy, because we can't stay here indefinitely. More waves will come. Security Officer Asimov. This is the guy. Okay, so this is the one who is the primary antagonist in here. Hi, robot, you dead meat. He's the one who's sending the android army after us. I think that's him. It'll tell us. There is also enemy champions. So I might have misspoken. He might just be one of the enemy champions. I'm not targeting these guys because I want to shoot at him more. He's going to run away. We're not going to kill him. But he won't run away until he's really hurt. I'm trying to not target other guys, so that more of my guys will shoot at him. I want him to run away soon, rather than have him constantly hitting the ship. Okay. Grab a... because my... Alright, we gotta target these other guys. Can't have them getting free shots on us. And we gotta get him out here to repair. We're gonna get this guy in the bay, or in the control here, to vent the bay. Just put this fire out. I've got to get this engine repaired quickly because it's giving off radiation and it's killing our gunner in back. So a lot of this game is about trusting your guys to do their job. So the suit. Woo boy. Our reactor is really on the edge. So I told you this would ramp up fast. So we're going to send him to the med bay. We're going to get this guy grab a... You can see they're floating around because they don't have the shoes. Charge up. Wait, if we get attacked, we can jump. And let's... I was gonna turn on gravity for this poor guy, but so you see he's doing repairs even though he's not the engineer. The fire was coming from this panel taking damage. And send you back. Now this guy will automatically go back to where he was at when I... Oops, we got incoming. Oh, yeah, time to go. As I was saying, and so we're safe because we're home, but now that he's done healing, he'll go back. And you see this green circle here. This is how much healing capacity the medbay has. So that's something we're going to want to upgrade when we can. But we're already home, so there's no real need to be healing people. We just need to target the ship, or the station, and it will go and dock automatically. So there were some things that were going on there. This panel got damaged, and that started sparking and caused the fire that we had to rush and deal with. We vented the cargo bay, which I didn't really have time to explain. Again, things are going to happen high pace in this game, and sometimes I can't really stop to explain everything that's going on. We'll kind of have to learn it together. Yeah, so he escaped. That's fine. We'll have missions that will allow us to actually go after the enemy champions. So that's expected. It's expected for him to get away. And we got bonus money for the strangely optional objective of saving the station. even though that was the primary objective. So everyone's going to get XP. Hopefully they'll get level 2. Please give us level 2. All right. So our pilot now has attack and defensive, which is really useful. Our comms officer has request fighter support, which is really useful. Reactor boost, we'll almost never use that. Shield replenish is wildly overpowered. And focus fire is very useful on these guys. And this auto switch will come into play later on. But is a feature that didn't exist before. I think it patched into the previous campaign at some point. But we have dual mode weapons that we can install. That they will switch them automatically as opposed to requiring us to manually switch them, which is how it used to be. This is a very nice quality of life change that they made to the game. This just explains what I just explained. The shield replenish is really powerful. It gives you full shields, all of them, just boom. I mean, there's a charge up time, but it's not very long. And all these abilities have usually a pretty lengthy cooldown time before you can reactivate them. And here's all the things that got unlocked based on our research. Here's an example of a dual function weapon. That it would use the energy weapon automatically when it's firing at a target that has shields. But then once it's firing at a target that doesn't have shields, it would switch to the kinetic weapon. Typically, they're less powerful than your most powerful available version of that same item. So like, it's an autocannon 1, whereas we'd probably have an autocannon 2 if we had it just dedicated to it. We don't care about the gravity generator, we don't care about the oxygen. Yeah, we probably won't bother spending money on any of this stuff. Just getting some basic upgrades, probably like armor and whatnot for our ship, is going to be our focus now. Go ahead and click crew gear just to let it know, yes, we know we have new gear, thanks a lot. I don't think I really want to change. Our guy survived, especially that guy in the back survived largely because I had upgraded his armor. But he took a lot of damage from radiation. Alright, so the new systems we saw we don't really care about, but we have some money now. And we want this. Not that, we want this. We're going from 4 dots in power to 7 dots in power. I don't care that it's going to take more damage. I'll repair it. Give me power. Now, this is expensive. It's going to eat up most of our money, but it's a pretty big deal. That's going to significantly increase our survivability because we can put more power into engines to increase our evasion. Now we have, see, these are pretty good. This is a good front weapon. We're going to want these on the side eventually. At least the way I prefer to play this, I like to put the energy weapons on the side. This right now is an autocannon Mark II. This would be an autocannon Mark I, but it would be the combination of these two together. Both of which are less than the better versions we have. I'm not gonna bother yet because we're still low on money. And we got a new. That's worse evasion than the one we have on there. But we can look at this other guy here. All right, we had just enough money to upgrade the other engine to its better evasion. That's all going to add up to making our ship more survivable. The less we get hit, the less we lose on shields, the less our guys take damage, the less armor gets damaged. Evasion is king. And we are broke again. That didn't take long. Oh, no, I wanted to do something real quick. Nope, nope, nope. Do some minor changes here real quick. The pre-installed pictures. That looks all right on this. Going forward, I think that's better for the current color scheme we have. I do like the fireballs, but oh, we have wings we put on the back. Like there's other things that I liked better. I'm gonna leave the fireballs for now. So this is a leftover from the previous campaign because we were fighting phasmids. Doesn't quite make as much sense for the no phasmid on when we're fighting androids. But we can get and it's still an anti-phasmid. Let's do the skull and crossbones. That works. Oh, the devil look good in the current color scheme. I think that's good. Maybe put a snake on the other side. We're not going to see a whole lot of this, but they are. And the so here's text that'll be on the bottom. We're going to do death from above because it's on the bottom of the ship. We're technically above them, right? I mean, it's in space, but I don't know how long we're going to stick with this red and white because we can't really see anything. The text. But we won't be the Ferris Rojo, at least for this session. And we'll continue to upgrade it as we go along. All right, so we can go to a medium risk. We can go straight after the champion, which I don't really think is advisable yet. We're not really there yet. That's the symbol here. This symbol here shows that this is a storyline mission. Once we complete that, it will push us to the next set of missions. And then we have some optional missions, which we kind of have, you know, I like to kind of balance my use of this because it's really kind of easy to exploit just doing these over and over again to, you know, fully equip yourself out. I don't like to do that. But I do want to do some of them. I don't want to do it to pad money and everything until I just have the best of everything. It kind of takes away the challenge. But it is nice to do them because it gives you some more options of what kind of content you run into. Plus, it's practice. And we do need the money. All right, let's get on the road. So the map showed that we didn't have optional routes on this one. So this is going to be our only way in. Going to Alpha Centauri. And let's put our tactical officer into the weapons bay. Charge up the hyperdrive, and so you can see we have leftover power now. It only takes 4. It doesn't take all power to jump. It just takes 4 power. But critically, our evasion goes to 0 when we are charged. So we are sitting ducks for sure. There's an android outpost at your location. Take it out. So this is an optional or a random event. Wow. Let's maximize our weapons and something in shields or in the engines. Need to. Okay, so I set that as a waypoint. It looks like, but they're shooting at everything. This is new to me. We fight other large objects, ships and whatnot. That looks like an important thing for them to be shooting. But it also looks like everything is already selected. Now we're really lighting this thing up. Oh, so it's rotating. So we're kind of... It looks like it's rotating faster than we're getting around it. That's not working in their favor. So you can see the orange... I'm following this waypoint. That's why I'm doing this. If I select this, I would get around to the other side of the ship. Let's see if there's something behind it. Oh, like another opening. Okay. Glad we checked that out. Now we have incoming. Called in for backup. Our free time of shooting at it is over. Now there are different types of ships, and I'm not real familiar with the new ones, so I'm not really sure what each ship will do. Okay, so these guys park right beside us and open up heavy turrets. Come on, guys, focus on them. Hit the station laser, please. Like I have no shields in the front now. Now, I could pull away from the station. I could go towards the objective. I could go on defensive, which would increase my evasiveness, and it would unlock me from this waypoint. In fact, let's do that right now. Now my guy will fly, and he will turn. The captain will turn to put his shields towards most of the attackers as best it can. Okay, destroy reactor core. Looks like we still have something to destroy. And if I go on an attack, he'll fly at the enemy, but we lose our evasive bonus. Look, destroyed already. Something underneath we need to know? Okay, it's the top. That's what's left. Okay. Looks like they're lighting them up pretty good. Our top shields are down. You can see we're all green, so our armor is still good. And I'm not sure what this ship does. We can have boarding parties, so that could always be a boarding ship of some sort. Oh, there goes the station. Start heading towards the objective. Last thing we want is to defeat everybody and then be so far away from the objective that another wave comes before we actually get there. So it looks like somehow our guy in the front took a lot of damage. I don't like taking the comms officer out of his seat. I'm going to do it anyway. Give him gravity so he can run a little more quickly. Because without him in there, you can see our radar shut off. We won't know if anybody's coming in after us. Hey, Charmer. Welcome back. Yes, this is the sequel to Bomber Squad, or Bomber Crew is what it was called. Absolutely. And it stays true to Bomber Crew mechanically, though it has its own differences. But yeah, if you've played Bomber Crew, you'll recognize the basic mechanics of this. Having a repair bay or healing bay and controlling all your guys, and the targeting is the same. I think it is a worthy successor. Oh, I did not charge. I forgot to charge my FTL, my drive. So you can see the timer is going because I hit charge. Right now my evasion's still high, but once I get lined up with it, my evasion will go to 0. Sometimes I will actually, I'll I'll actually do this on purpose if I only got like one enemy, because they'll fly right at me and make it easier for me to hit them. But I don't want to stand there right now. Yeah, I mean, it was... I miss playing that stream for Hardspace. But after 140 hours of that stream, it was kind of time to give it a little bit of a break. Oh man, I couldn't start it fast enough. Hopefully we can get these guys down as I just because they're flying straight into the guns. My accuracy is up because I'm not moving. That actually affects the accuracy of my gunners. So I still have shields. All right, now we're getting out of here. There will probably be another Hardspace stream actually fairly soon. It won't be a new series, but they've been on Twitter and on the stream, on Twitter and on the Discord, the developers have been teasing the new ship that is going to be added to Hardspace. So I suspect that within the next couple of weeks we might see the new ship for that game. And I will definitely be streaming when that ship comes out. I might be off schedule because I don't know exactly when it's going to come out, and I will probably hop on a stream as soon as it comes out to check it out live with anyone who's around to watch. Yeah, this is a worthy successor to Bomber Crew. If you enjoyed Bomber Crew, you'll enjoy this. Now this is the second campaign. This was added a couple months ago, I think. Too much of my time was being taken up with Hardspace, and I was doing a series for Cooking Simulator VR at the same time, so I didn't have any time on my gaming schedule to play this new campaign. So I'm just not getting to it. But good to see you back. I'm glad you can make it. I'm hoping that some of our other regulars spot the stream and come back. Now they were saying that they were interested in checking this out too. But you know, when you get off schedule for a couple of weeks as a content creator, it's easy for people to miss out on your regular content. Come on, finish this guy off. This is... I'm not feeling confident that that was all we're going to get attacked by. I feel like they went easy on us, so I kind of suspect that maybe on our return trip here, we're going to have a heavy battle like last time. In that last mission, we got wrecked really badly and almost lost a crew member. I forgot to... And we're going to remember to charge up. I imagine, yeah, I mean, if you're interested in playing this game, of course, we're entering the winter time, you know, near Christmas. So I would expect that there's probably going to be a sale on Steam. You know, when they do their Christmas sale or winter sale. So if you watch this and you think that this would be fun to play, I might want to wait a week or two and see if it goes on sale. Not that I think that it's not worth whatever the sticker price is, because it's a fun game and I don't remember it being expensive. So here's another thing, another one of the optional missions or random things that can happen during a mission. Like the enemy base that we just went to, we're picking up an item, so I need to grab a guy and I need to run over here to this little control bay. We're backing up to it. Once he gets here, I'll have controls to beam the object in, and it brings it into the bay. So now if I vent this bay for some reason, there's a possibility that that will get ejected. I'll go to the bay. So I have to be careful to remember that I have something in my... Oh yeah, they're coming from everywhere. They stripped right through our bottom shields quick. So let's... We got a lot of guys coming from the back, so I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to focus fire so that increases his aim, his accuracy. Oh yeah, so look at this. Boarding cruise. That's a boarding cruise. Oh, this is on fire. No. Okay, I'm going to set him, and we're going to charge up the... So this thing's on fire. I'm telling this guy to attack the enemies. Oh no, no, it's a walking bomb. I remember reading about those. All right, we're going to jump. We're just going to take him with us because I see other enemies coming. Destroy that. Destroy that. No, don't stow that there. Don't. All right, well, then stow it there. Fine. No, no. Go put the blaze. So we're not in a panic situation right now because we just jumped to home and there's nothing hostile that can come here. But this is good practice. Actually, can I wanted to show something real quick before I dock. Earlier, I had dealt with a fire by taking this guy and putting him in this bay, and I haven't really shown what this bay does. So, in this workstation, anyone sitting in here has the ability to purge in these zones. So it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. You can see it highlights. It opens the back door and opens all doors along and vents everything. Now the guys who are in their seats, if I remember correctly, will stay in their seats. But if there's anyone walking around, they'll get sucked out. Or if they're walking around, if they have magnetic boots, that thing's going to keep setting fire. I think I need to... Oh, then they'll get sucked out. Magnetic boots, they'll stay and not get sucked out. And so that's a good way of countering boarding parties who come in the back. It's also a good way of putting out rampant fires. Now the reason I wasn't using it just now is because I didn't want to risk ejecting the cargo that we had gained, because we're going to get money and possibly research for bringing it back. So no money, but research. So, Charmer, I think you know, if you were here when I was customizing the ship, the Ferris Rojo, you probably recognize that. Not going to remain that, but it is that for now. I mean, the ship does look like a gecko from Hard Space, so painting it like a heavy cargo gecko and naming it the Ferris Rojo seemed like a good homage for this session. So, stealth mode. For some reason I was thinking that was the pilot that got stealth mode. Okay, yeah, the pilot gets evasion. So these abilities are really powerful, and you You need to learn them and use them effectively. Evasive piloting, you go to 100% evasion for a bit. He goes all over the place. So you lose direction when you're using evasive piloting. So if I was sending the ship somewhere, he'll stop going towards the thing. Wherever direction he's going, he'll keep going that way. But he'll start doing serpentine maneuvers. So if he were, like, say, to pass up an object, he won't turn to the objective. He's just going to keep flying and evading until that runs out. But he goes to 100% evasion. Nothing will hit you, which is a great time if your shields are down, you're taking damage. Especially if you're dealing with a lot of stuff on the ship and you can't pay attention to what's going on around you. That's a great time to hit evasion. Stealth mode, likewise, nothing can hit you. You continue to pilot to wherever you're going, but your guys stop shooting. So it's kind of like evasion, except for instead of losing your piloting, you lose your offense, because your guys won't shoot while you're in stealth mode. But both of them are a reprieve from taking external damage. It doesn't do any good for anyone who's already on board, or fires or anything else, or radiation. But they're both very powerful, and you can use them, end on end if you really need that extra breathing room. Wow, we're unlocking a bunch of stuff. We just don't have the money to keep up with our unlocks. Our next upgrade is probably going to be shields. I would love to get some better weapons, but just survivability is so important in this. If you can sustain the fight and win in the long run. Let's see, discovery helmet. Oxygen and shielding. So this is going to be good for our engineer who may find himself outside of the ship. We're going to go to the spacecraft first, see what we can buy with our meager earnings. Saw that there was an upgrade on the shields. So our current shields are 500. This is the only stat that I personally care about. Everything else is secondary because this is our total shields. So 650 is good. 1,000 is better. So this is much better statistically net stats between them. I still would rather have this. This is personal play style. Other people, I'm sure, play differently. But since I gear towards evasion, my shield should be taking damage less often, have more opportunity to recharge. And this really exploits the shield recharge ability that we just gained. Or no, we didn't just gain it. We already got it. We got it at level 2. That it will recharge to full, so I can get all 1,000 on shields in a button click. Now, of course, there is a cooldown on it. We can't spam it, but it's they work really well together as abilities. There's no way I could buy anything for 500. Let's look at our crew. The next money I think I'm going to want to spend is towards the armor. I'm going to look real quick to see what the armor costs are. Get an idea. So 875. I mean, we really kind of want to jump to the best armor we can afford at any given time. And mostly we want to start... Like, I want to get the back armored, because we take a lot of shots from the back. But we're going to... we're going to just see if we can put any better gear on our repair guy, because he's the one who's running around most of the time. So Like, if we can gain armor without losing... Wow, look at the loss of speed there. There's no way we're doing that. Really don't want to lose speed unless it's a really high trade-off. That's pretty good. Our current one is minus... So, yeah. We gain speed by going up to this armor, light armored suit. I would like to get some radiation. That's not... Wow, that's not bad at all. So we lose some armor, but we gain speed. We gain a lot of radiation. I think we're going to go with that. Unfortunately, we can't color them. I hate giving up the armor, but it's got some armor on it. And we sacrificed some speed on these gloves. Nope, definitely not doing that. Hurt our speed. That would go from minus 10 speed. No. Because we already have the minus 10 speed. That's pure gain for us. The silly looking helmet. Well, at least we can get rid of the green, the black that we had from the... Let's do that. Wow, that is a really silly looking helmet. All right, we're broke again. So it's time to go out and earn our keep. All right, we're gonna stick with low risk at the moment because it is a storyline mission, and these bounty missions. There are a number of champions. It looks like they've changed up the interface a little bit, where normally it would show us all the bad guys, all the heroes. But the previous campaign, kind of the one of the only complaints I had about it was that as soon as you defeated a champion, the next champion became immediately available. So they weren't tied to where you were in the storyline. Unlike Bomber Crew, as you advanced through the storyline, then it introduced new champions. And so if you killed a champion, if you succeeded in killing a champion early, he didn't harass you. You didn't get harassed by any champions until you got to another part in the story. In this one, killing the champion doesn't do you any good from that standpoint because the next champion immediately becomes introduced and can attack you during a regular mission. So we're gonna wait until we're into medium risk before we go after that guy. Because eliminating him won't do us a whole lot of good. It'll make us a lot of money, but it won't do us a whole lot of good. So here's where we're going to have our first mission, where we have the option of different routes. And so typically we have a faster route, which has fewer jumps. So from here we'd go 1, 2, 3. Here we go 1, 2, 3. So this is actually the shorter route here, right? 1, 2, 3 to the end, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the end. Yes, Charmer, you can grind out. I make every effort not to grind out because it kind of takes away the challenge of the game if you just keep doing low-level easy missions until you can buy all the best stuff. If I feel like I'm behind the curve, I might do an extra 1 or 2, but I don't tend to stay in the low end. So this is probably going to be the fast route right here, and this is going to be the slow route, which is kind of strange. It says this one's red here. Increased enemy. So interestingly, it looks like the longer route is actually the harder route. But maybe there's bonus missions along the way. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's jump in. So here it's warning us that the Emian champion is going to be somewhere in the area. So we are going to get attacked by him at some point. I'm really looking forward to having a little bit of money to upgrade our weapons or move them around. We're still in the bare bones, uh, basic survival mode of getting our what I consider our basic critical upgrades in place before we can start doing optional uh, expenditures. So they require an engineer. I missed the first thing, but I guess we're going to a transport engineer to their. Oh, so we got a passenger. Oh yeah, so we gotta be really careful not to vent. I'm glad I noticed that. I didn't realize we had a guy in the back. I gotta make sure that if we have a fire in the back, that I don't vent the back of the ship and suck him into space. Which may or may not be something that I have done previously. So we have fastest route, safest route. And we can check. I'm going to get moving, at least in the area, because I know we're going to be attacked. If we look at this guy, we can review the map again. Alpha Centauri A it looks like the most dangerous one because it's in red. So Argus is one route, and Arcadia Prime is the other route. Fastest route is Arcadia Prime. Which is strange because it's more jumps. I'm not sure why that would be the faster route. Previously, the faster route has always been fewer jumps. Yeah, the closest thing we have to a seatbelt here is artificial gravity, which I immediately turn off. And you'll notice that I am hesitant to use abilities a lot of times, like my gunner's abilities. Where are we at? Like these guys, because they have long cooldowns. And I want them to be available for when we really get swarmed. Or for like right now, I wouldn't use it because we're flying in a straight direction and they're coming up behind us, so my guys have a better chance of hitting. All right, so now that we're at our objective, we're gonna just circle it. So I'm gonna go on the defensive, get an extra 10% on our evasion. I'm gonna take one out of shields and put it into engines to get us a little bit more evasion. So now we're up to 47% evasion, which is really nice. And you can see our shields are really holding out, our brand new shields. These guys are just locked onto our location. Our guy is constantly spiraling because he's trying to turn the weak spot of the shields away from most of the enemies. So he's trying to get his back away from them. Now I'm going to go on the attack and go forward and go towards them because our front is where our shields are. And you can see how slow the back shield. Well, we're charging, but now we've taken damage, so they stopped charging. And I think we're going to take the safest route, which I normally take the fastest route, but the safest route is fewer jumps. But I'm going to. The reason why I want to do it now is because we know the champion's going to be in the area and he's going to jump us at some point. I don't want him to jump us while we're going through that increased activity zone. We'll probably take the fastest route coming back. Or we're going to take the safest route going forward. I'm seeing that we're getting some chat people that I know are not genuine chat people. These Voy FYI messages and whatnot, those are bots, so ignore them. I think they're probably trying to put links into the chat, which are blocked, so the links shouldn't actually show up. In fact, going to Try not to get killed while dealing with the chat. Well, that's good. Then it might be that because I have in my something you learn fairly early on after you create a YouTube channel is that there are bots out there who will hit, especially smaller channels. They'll hit the comment sections and they'll put links in it that you really don't want to click on. And so one of the things you learn early on is that there's an option. Ooh, man, that guy's got some lasers on him. Is to disable the ability for links to be put into your chat. And if you're not seeing the chat, then that means that the live chat is inheriting that. I'm seeing it. But if you're not seeing it, that's good. That means YouTube's blocking it from going your direction. And you didn't see a message from Sophia Randall? Like, I don't see the link, but I recognize the format of what they're posting. It's clearly bot spam. All right, charge up. Let's get going. Okay, excellent. Yeah, there's been at least four different bots that have jumped into this chat. Cannibal. And have put messages in there that I recognize as from the bot behavior. So scanning is another thing here. So our comms officer can scan objects. This might require a hacking. Hey, I just got hit by an asteroid. Look, my shields took it. There might be a cipher code here. Okay. Ah! Stupid asteroids. Where are we going? Where are we going? That is not our objective. Oh. Wait a minute. Map. Where do we need to go? We need to go Gamma Quadrant Center. Okay, that's safest route, which would be going. Safest route, Ophion? Is that what we got targeted? It is, okay. Because it is. It isn't. Yeah, I had. Limos was the other one. Yeah, fastest route Limos. So it looks like it would have jumped across. Yeah. So it looks like I could have jumped across. That's not what I want to do. This is something that they've changed from the original campaign. The routes were once you chose a route, there was no crossing the stream, so to speak. You could go back. You can go back through a portal that you've just jumped through. Change routes if you want, but there was no jumping between routes. That seems to be a new thing. Well, thanks for telling me. I'm glad to hear that they that YouTube is also blocking the same stuff that it would. These are things that would have been blocked if they were in the comment section. So it's good to know that they're blocking it out here too. Objective. So we want to get over in that area. He's repairing the O2, which we don't want that thing to break. Just like in Bomber Crew, your oxygen can just, your systems can just break on their own, just from wear. So Charmer, since you weren't here at the beginning, I'm playing on the highest difficulty, and with slow time disabled. So there's no pausing, no slowing. Yeah, I remember the hydraulics went out all the time on Bomber Crew. I enjoyed that game so much. Bomber Crew was such a fun game. I really enjoy this game, but if I had to pick between them, I'd say I liked Bomber Crew a little bit better. But that doesn't take anything away from my enjoyment of this game. Landing pad. That's probably where we want to go. Yeah, I know. Landing with one working propeller. I've done the opposite in this game. I have landed the ship with only one person left alive. Not the pilot, just whoever was left alive, like one of the gunners getting in the seat and landing the ship. I expect to be attacked. I expect there to be something that comes and says, defend the station. But we're going to take the fastest route back. Now we don't have... So, we haven't been attacked by the safe route was just too safe. I don't normally take the safe route, and man, it was safe. We didn't get attacked yet by the champion. So this fastest route back is going to get dangerous. But at least now we don't have the passenger in back to worry about. I'm going to send this guy to heal using H for the hotkey. And he's in the med bay. Once he's done healing, he'll go back to his work bay. Or wherever it was that he was at. You know, people aren't assigned to a workstation. It's not technically theirs, even though that's what they normally start in. Now he's heading back. So if I put someone else in a workstation and sent them to heal, they'd go back to the workstation that they were in. Oh, there he is, right there. So we're going to go straight at him. And focus fire. Focus fire. Focus fire. I'm going in the attack mode. I'm going to call in fighters. The reason I'm going full tilt on this is because you see I'm not marking anybody else. I want to burn him down fast. He's going to flee, but I want to burn him down before my guys are busy shooting at everything else. Because if my guys are shooting at everything else, he'll stick around and just keep hammering me. Probably should get these guys who are closest to me though. I want to run him off as fast as possible. Yeah, so now he's running away. Time to target everybody else. it can be dangerous to do this because if it takes too long to run him off, then you have a swarm all around you. But I didn't pull any punches there. I used all my abilities. Called in the fighters and everything. Before I could get swarmed to the point to where I was unable to fight off everybody. Actually worked out better than usual. They barely got through our shields, but you know we have high shields. Now my fighters are going home, and I wasn't relying on the fighters to attack the boss. I just wanted them to throw around some damage on the other enemy ships that I wasn't targeting. Just to take a little heat off of me. But I also have my invasion turned way up. You can ignore that lightning bolt. That lightning bolt is is showing me that I don't have any power in that system, which is the gravity. Which will never have power because I never use it. Wow, the fastest route really was the fastest route. The map is weird because we jumped from here to here. You know what? I think that let's do an experiment here. We scanned for codes and we were seeing jumps from one place to another that weren't connected to our objective. I bet this is something that they've changed in the game. That we now have sectors that we don't have to pass through that maybe have bonus content in them. So we're going to go back to Limos. We're pretty healthy right now. And we're going to look for one of those 2 sectors that we never had to cross. Oops, that's not the button I want. So we probably will have, this will probably still be an enhanced activity sector, but at least the champion won't come after us. Yes, alright, so let's quickly look at the map. We definitely never went to Orion. Because we scanned for a code earlier. I'm guessing that if we hit all of these, we can make more money or more research for optional objectives. And if that's true, that's a really cool new feature that we didn't have before. And if it's not true, then I'm putting us at risk unnecessarily. Because I'm going through a very hostile sector that we're going to have to pass through again on our way back out. And we've burned all of our abilities. Focus fire is back up, fortunately. But we still have evasion, and we have all the good stuff. In fact, we should just go into defensive mode. Our back isn't facing them all the time. So you can see how fast our shields are going down. We're going to have him run in here real quick and replenish shields. You'll see there's a charge up time right here. And then shields, bing, up to full. Oh, something's damaged. Oh, an engine. That's not good. Get out there. Alright, looks like we got combat under control. Let's get back to our waypoint. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to destroy all the. Oh man, there's more red coming in. I don't want to be too far away from the waypoint. Yeah, all right. He's taking shots. Get inside. I'm going to repair this before that, because that's going to start a fire. Here's where you really got to trust your crew. I have to trust that they're taking care of what's around the ship, while I'm focusing on what's going on inside the ship. Oh man, we are taking a beating. Go into evasion. But we won't take any damage while we're in evasion mode. I'm just kind of serpentining. I'm no longer tracking my waypoint. But this is going to give my shields time to recover. Alright. And evasion's running out. Evasion's out. And he'll head back to the waypoint. But that bought us some time. Oh, what needs to be damaged? Whoa! We need to go back outside. They've already damaged it again. So I'm gonna, there's a fire started back here. I'm just gonna vent that room. Should be approaching the jump gate. That's why I'm on the pilot right now. We can charge up. We're not gonna jump while we got a guy outside. I just saw another. Oh, someone spawned in. "14 seconds. We're gonna sit here and be a sitting duck, so we can jump." Well, now I'm just gonna sit here and kill this guy. Get a little bit more experience. He was so focused on lining up with us that. All right, so this is one of our optional. Did I jump to the wrong place? Go map. That's where our objective was, wasn't it? Oh, no, I feel like this is where our objective was. So maybe the route was going all the way around to here. Did we really jump that many times? All right, I thought that this was our objective, and that we were going around and meeting here, or going around here and meeting here, but it looked like this was the objective. So, yeah, I just unnecessarily reversed our course. All right, well then. So this station is where we passed by. All right, we're gonna heal that guy up over here. Let's give him some gravity just so that he doesn't feel so awkward. Moving around. Recharge in case we get attacked. So we get to go all the way through that hostile sector again. Wait for this guy to go back. Well, that's close enough. He'll be back in his seat before we get attacked. This would have gone to Gamma Quadrant Center. I think that's going to be the jump, the crossover to the safe route. Yeah, so that would jump over to the safe route instead of sending us through another hostile area. Which is still something that wasn't previously a feature. I think it's pretty cool. It would be nice if the map would show that those are connected. Alright, those guys are coming at a steep attack angle, so I want to focus fire this guy. No better chance to hit. So our front gunner is not in his seat. Our front gunner isn't going to have those abilities because he's not actually a gunner. At least until we can split class him. When he gets to level 6, then we can teach him to be a gunner. I was wondering why he wasn't shooting. We don't need that. Get our evasion back up. Boy, we are just being hammered. We gotta stop going through this sector. Bring those shields back up. Oh no! Oh, that was bad. Alright, we're going in stealth. They destroyed our shield generator just as the ability went off. Oh, that's bad. Our shields are going to be at 0. We're not going to have that panic button anymore because he used it already. And we have the slowest recharging shield that money can buy. So we do have evasion still, fortunately. We're going to be going defense. And I can't move this guy right now because if he comes out of his seat, then he stops using his ability. Alright, there we go. Oh, what's damaged now? Oh, that same engine. What is up with that engine? Back over here. I mean, I know that I took the low survivability engines. But, why is the same engine keep... This is the third time I've had to repair this engine in this same fight. Yeah, the power balancing is a very nice feature in this game. And, the one optional I have enabled... Because like I said, this is the hardest mode you can set it to. Hardest difficulty, and I shut off the... slow time and all of that. The one optional that I took is an extra crew member. And the reason is because if you play this without the extra crew member, that this station just never gets used. And it's a fun function of the game that is kind of just gets unutilized. Because you end up you need that guy in a gunner seat instead of in here. And I like being able to use that function. And so clearly a lot of people felt the same way because that wasn't an option in the game when they first released it. And one of the first patches added the option for adding another person. Because they were just... It just didn't make sense. You know, it was like, you have... why would this ship be out in space with missing so many crew members? So many unstationed stations. We still don't have enough crew for every station all at the same time, but... Alright, so we gotta get to this beacon before the transmission goes off. And we're gonna have to hack it when we get there. Which is what these stored codes are related to. I think it calls in reinforcements if it runs out. Or maybe we just don't get credit for hacking it, or I don't know. I'm not in a practice of not hacking it in time. I know I have failed to get to them in time, but I don't recall what happens. I need to be on this guy to initiate hack. Doesn't it feel like we're being chased by these asteroids? Initiate hack. So we have to interpret symbols. Let's be that one. And that one. Successful. Enemy beacon transmission stops. All right. I don't think we actually fly any faster with the engines turned up. I think it's purely evasion. But we're not in a fight, so why not empower it some? Yeah, one of the things you don't have to worry about in this game over bomber crew is that if I get back to the station, I can always land successfully. I remember in bomber crew having blown out landing gear and the ship coming apart on the landing strip. We didn't get a whole lot for hacking the beacon, but every little bit counts, and this was a pretty good payday for us. This was a story mission, so let's pay out a little bit better. I don't think anybody's going to level up. Oh, pilot did. I guess everybody will. Wow. A lot more XP than I expected. Wow, really a lot. Okay, that feels like that was an automatic thing. That, you know, at that point in this, us having completed some of the early story missions, that they gave us all level 6. That feels like that was automatic. Shield overdrive. Oh, we can just click on here and it'll tell us what they are. Temporarily increases the effectiveness of shields, but may cause radiation. I don't think I use that. Really, hardly ever. Partially because the security officer is almost never in his seat. He's usually in the weapons bay, in the gunner bay. Performance analysis is nice when you know you're going into a big fight. You can get more XP for your crew by turning that on. Fast jump charge is really nice. Basically, you ignore that there's bad guys in the area, and you does what it sounds like. The reactor boosts I virtually never use. Not that they're not useful, I just don't find myself using them. Weapon overdrive, I think only cares about energy weapons. I don't think that affects ballistic weapons, but can definitely be useful in a pinch. Heavy laser, nice. Can, nice. Hopefully we'll have enough money to actually do a little bit of something. And our next mission will probably be hunting the enemy champion. Actually, we need to go to training, because now that they're level 6, they all get their secondary skills. So we're going to start with the obvious, which will be the security officer, who is always in the weapons bay, making him a weapon officer. And then mostly we want a combination of secondary engineers in case we need to get guys out. You know, these guys are in the back, and security officers. So the security officer is skilled in close quarters combat, and so it's kind of nice to have at least somebody else in the back who can fight. And then otherwise, they're all going to be just engineers. Because none of them going to. I don't need to give them any abilities that are workstations in the front, because they're never going to go to the front of the ship. So we'll give her. I think she's the one that sits in the back seat, which means she's closest to the cargo bay. I hope she's the one in the back. So we'll make her the security officer in case she has to defend herself. We'll make both of these engineers. The pilot will never use any of his other abilities because he's never going to be out of his seat. So, comm officer, I guess. And the comm officer also never leaves his seat because he shuts off radar if he leaves his seat. We'll make him a security officer, because if our security officer is dead and we're overwhelmed, he can pop out of the comms. Even though we lose our radar, he can run over there and like do replenish shields and then jump back into his seat. And our engineer will be a weapons officer. So we don't have a secondary pilot. We're just not. If our pilot's dead, we're in trouble. As it is. And anybody can pilot the ship. They just don't have their abilities. Yeah. So yes, we use medic a lot in as a secondary in bomber crew, but as you can see, medic isn't a role in this game. There are no medics. Anybody can pick up a med kit and use it. But that role. Otherwise, I agree with you. If medic was in here, then there would be more medics as secondaries. All right. We get any good role switching ones? Not sure what that symbol is. So when we have the money, we're gonna switch up these side weapons for energy weapons. Wow, 4,000. But right now, like our front one is a 3-shotter. So I don't want these guys. I don't want to lose capability. So I don't want these guys to go down from having a triple shot. So something like this would be acceptable, which would contain a autocannon Mark II, which is what it already has. For 1,400 is not bad at all. In fact, let's go ahead and do this. This is going to help us transition to having our kinetic weapons on the front and back. How cheap? See, it's not a big change in the money to have it be a split. So we're gonna give our side gunners this. Both of them. I want them both to have energy weapons. I think for now that's all we're going to spend on the weapons. But our front and back gunners will end up with kinetic weapons of some sort. We'll figure out what we want. I like to put like missiles on the back because they're homing. They're homing, but they're not not amazingly accurate. And as we're flying away from something, it's a lot. They're arcing, track something that's coming at us from behind is a lot more accurate. So if I'm going to use missile weapons, I like to do that kind of on the back. But we'll see. We'll mix it up. We'll figure out what we want to do. Well, it looks like we unlocked the last away gear, though we can't afford any of them. And I've yet to do an away team thing. Again, that's new to this expansion. So I've never done an away team thing. You know what? Let's do. Pay attention first to what we're clicking on. Well, okay, away team missions are now available. Oh, nice. So we'll do that next. But first, I want to get some armor on our ship. Pricey. Oh, that is pricey. We're not. We're not because we want to try an away team thing. So let's get some armor on our guys. Let's give Hubber here a pistol. And let's armor them up. I have no idea what to expect out of an away mission. Wow, minus 35 movement. That's that's rough. I think we're gonna go with light armor. I would like to have something that's armor and radiation because this person sits right between the two engines, so when either one of them's damaged, she's getting a full dose of radiation. But she's gonna be our combatant, so let's give her some better armor. In fact, let's do that for all of our gunners. Because they're sitting there in the bubble getting shot all the time. Even if they're not part of the away team. Did we get all of them? Yeah, no. Okay. That's our 4 guys who sit in the gunner bay. And revival tool. I wonder if that works on. Yeah, no, it's too situational. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to just give pistols to all people who might end up on. I imagine my away team is going to be this person who is a security person. And this one right here. It's nice to have pistols on your gunners anyway, because they can get attacked by a boarding crew, and they will get out of their seat and fight automatically if they've been shot. And so if they have a pistol on their side, they don't have to run and get a rifle off of the wall. I think that's going to be about it, because we don't have a lot of money. And I want to start spending some money on protecting my front crew. I know she's going to be. I'm going to put her in the way crew, so let's give her a better helmet. We're going to just leave it at that. All right, let's figure out what the away team thing is like. Not sure what the little spinny. I don't know what that symbol is either. Alright. UDF space telescope has been compromised by the enemy. Get on board and damage its reactor. What? Oh, so it's been compromised, so we want to destroy it. Okay. So we're gonna destroy the cooling and have it detonate itself. Interesting. Rather than, you know, maybe send our engineer to fix it. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be gravity on it. I didn't give gravity boots to my guys. All right. Well, new feature. We're going to learn the hard way. So we're not gonna have an appreciable gain in our combat ability yet. We changed out the weapons on the side in favor for anti-shield energy weaponry. But when the shields go down, they're gonna switch back to their guns anyway. That reminds me. Make sure, okay, auto switch is turned on. I guess that's on. We won't see an appreciable change in our damage output until we change the front and back weapons to the kinetic weapons that are more damaging than the kinetic weapons that we already had installed. It was kind of a lateral upgrade that we needed to do to get to where we're going. Alright, so we want Huber, Diedrich, and well, I think Torres. How do I? Don't know. Do I just send them? Oh, that's not the guy in the back. Huber is the one on the side. Oh, well. Okay, so if I just send them into the bay. And don't select anybody. So all those two guys have guns on their sides. He doesn't have a gun, but in case we need to do some kind of repair, I want the engineer along. I don't know what to expect. Oh, that's right. They come with rifle. I forgot. Oh, seriously, you don't give the rifle to the only person who doesn't have a gun. No. I want... Oh, okay, so... I want to pick who gets the gun. Because the other two guys have pistols on their side. They don't need... I want to be able to... Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. And we'll have him carry that with him. Abandoned away team. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Okay, so we have a red light on this. I'm going to guess we can't go through here. Nope, cannot. So we want to destroy the reactor. We want to grab these crates. Is that... let's grab our engineer. Okay. We have to have a free hand to pick these up, or do we just... Okay, we just open them up. This is cool. Kind of a cool little mini game. Oh, I wonder if those are explosive. Yeah, they're almost certainly explosive. Yeah. Power conduits can be repaired to enable doors. Okay. Glad I brought the engineer. The thing that we can interact with? Nope. A little concerned that they didn't all shoot at it, even though I had all three of them. Get behind this guy. Okay, let's. Hey, don't just run at him. You got a pistol on your side. I wonder if he couldn't shoot because I had him carry the med kit with him. No, I don't want. I was gonna send him to the door, but apparently he doesn't want to shoot. So. Okay, that's the way we came in. Power conduits can be shot to disable doors connecting them. Yes, let's stand in here nice and close to the reactors. That's the... Feels like time to get out. Time to go, time to go. That's pretty neat. I mean, obviously it's going to get, I would expect it to get more complex later on, kind of introductory there of the feature. That's pretty cool. I approve. I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't defended. Asteroids keep bumping off of me. I re-enabled gravity because I sent someone to heal. At some point, I'll have gravity boots on basically everybody. Except for maybe the pilot. Because he should never be out of his chair. And something broke. The gravity controls broke. They're probably feeling left out and neglected. Want a little bit of attention. It really feels like we could have repaired that space telescope instead of blowing it up. Well, I'm definitely glad that you were able to join in, Charmer. If you need to go, then work definitely comes first. This personal cloak, I wonder if that would be useful. I didn't find the personal cloak to be useful in regular play, but now for away teams, that might actually turn out to be a useful thing. Since we saw the guy didn't use his sidearm, the next time I'm gonna probably have to try not having him pick up the med kit and see if he'll use his sidearm without a laser pistol. I want to give people the magnetic boots, but first I want to see what our options are for just getting a better weapon on here. A rear. We can afford the missile launcher. The missile launcher Mark 1. I think we've already unlocked the missile launcher plus plasma cannon. 38.5, that's pretty expensive. I have had a number of jobs that were graveyard shift, and I've always preferred to work graveyard. Working at night is just so much better. And we have unlocked a lot of stuff here. So we want a kinetic option for here. The railguns hit like a Mack truck when they land. I don't know that I want to go down to a Class 2 plasma from the current Class 3. I'm really leaning towards that. Flak I've never really experimented. I don't remember if flak was a thing before. Or either that or I didn't find it satisfying. I think we're gonna go with the autocannon. Just brute raw force. Look, see the autocannon Mark III versus the high explosive. High explosive does more damage. And we're gonna brute force it. I might put the missile launcher on the front because the front has the ability to kind of swing around and shoot. Yeah, we're working graveyard is much nicer. The world's just more peaceful. Let's see here. Oh, that would really slow our guy down. We don't want that one to lose speed. So we'll magnetic boot these guys, the gunners. Not that one. That one. Actually, that one too. Because he gets out of his seat plenty. Yeah, he doesn't go far, but he gets out of his seat. So I want all the guys in the back definitely to have armored boots. I don't need them to run fast. They're still going to be running faster with these slow boots than they would if they were floating around in 0G. I think that's all we need for those. I think we want to helmet up these guys. Actually, we want the pilot to have maximum armor. We don't want the pilot to go down. Armor. All right. Boots, 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 boots. The magnetic boots are better armor. Oh, those aren't magnetic. Just those. Yeah, we'll give them that. All right. I think we're fine on the customizations for now. I feel like somebody belongs in a different color outfit. Comms officer should be in blue. And for some reason, it's still in the starting armor. All right. And he's already in the upgrade armor. Excellent. All right. So I'm curious as to what this symbol is. I think it's just saying there's somebody out in space. It does say rescue. So I'm going to try this out real quick. I think it's just that. I think it's a lost guy in space. I think that's all it means. Yeah, so there's an escape pod. Pretty good pay for running out and back. And see, you were asking Charmer earlier if we can grind out. You can see this is something that we've already done, so it's got a little symbol showing its repeat. I try to avoid doing those. I don't want to just grind them out. I don't want to make the game trivial by overpowering my ship for how far I am into the game. Away we go. An unidentified Android device, as opposed to an Apple phone. I have an Android device right here. No scan target. There's a scan target. We're just not in range of it. I wonder if this is going to give us more codes. Did not. It just gave us points. Okay with that. Wow, look at this. Stuff in space. What were we flying through? That looks awfully radioactive. I'm guessing that whatever this thing that blew up, all of that must have come out of it. You know, you get so focused on the fighting and surviving in this game, sometimes you don't get time to look around at the, you know, how nice the environments can be. Like, there's a planet right below us. You see all. One of my favorite meme pictures that I have put away somewhere is it's the 7-day forecast, 7-day Alderaan forecast. Hang on, let me focus on not dying here. But it's like, you know, like the Sunday to Saturday 7-day forecast, and it's like Sunday, you know, sunny and mild, and Tuesday, or you know, Monday, you know, slight overcast, you know, like 90 degrees, slight overcast. Wednesday, 70,000 Kelvin. In a picture of the planet blowing up. Oh, all right. Gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention. Buddy. We need shields. Shields. Give me shields. Games, they know when I get distracted, start talking, they know to pour it on. I don't need to do that. The guy I'm sending to repair now has gravity boots, so I can leave the gravity just shut off. More or less permanently. We're gonna sit here for a moment with our hyperdrive charged while we get a little bit of healing in. Well, my passenger didn't get hurt. No, he's still back there. Waiting for him to leave the station. We have incoming. We got shields. We can absorb it just a little bit here. That's one of the benefits of having the max shields. We can just face tank things sometimes. Enemies incoming. Oh, I sent that guy to heal. Oh yeah, so we got our high explosive rounds going now. Good for fighting those clusters. As soon as his shields go down, he's in trouble. That's why I have the switching stations on the sides. so that they'll use, whenever they're targeting something that has shields, they'll switch to the energy-based weapons. Make those rear weapons more effective. It's great watching those shots hit once the shields are gone. Having a bad day in there. Oh, got another bot spammer that you probably didn't see. A quick moment here and flag these people, so at least they have to make new accounts, or can't make it back onto mine ever again. Yeah, I was surprised to see it because during the previous, during the Hard Space series, I don't think I had a single one of these bots show up. And that Hard Space series lasted for over 140 hours worth of content. Finally, the front gunners got focus fire. So the abilities, by the way, are tied to the station that they are used at, not just the user. So, like now that I have two people who can do recharge shields, that doesn't mean I can trigger that twice. I can't swap the people in the seat. If the other guy sits down, it's still on a cooldown. It was nice that they prevented that kind of abuse to get around the system. Oh, that's interesting. So we actually can use the person that we. Does that mean I have to? Does that mean I have to kill off one of my crew? Let's go in here. I just want to look. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, it implies I have to give up my own person, though. Does it? Did they become just a new crew member? There's no way that this lets me just get an extra person. Yeah, see, it would take. No, we're not rewarding the loyalty of my crew member by replacing them with the first blue-headed person to come along. Hopefully they'll be left there though. No, we cannot change the layout of the ship. It is what it will be. I should have different color as well. He's the security officer. He should have a unique color. Aqua. He can be aqua. We didn't get a whole lot of money, so we're not going to change a whole lot out, but I want to check the systems. So we did have some systems come through. We don't want to go down in our shielding. So there's an improvement in shielding, which is nice. Nothing else changes, just the amount of shields. Really need to get some armor going though. And we don't have better evasion yet on the engines. I think that we just need to commit some money on the armor. And the rear and the front both take the most damage. I think we're gonna put it on the front because the front guys have a harder time going back and getting healed. And we're just gonna go straight to the 4. You know, just sink it in instead of bit piecing our way up. Yeah. I would like to raise all of them up kind of at least a bit, but feels like the thing to do. So we're winding up on 2.5 hours, and this game isn't nearly as long as Hard Space, so I don't want to run through the entire game in one session. But we are going to we're going to go after one champion, and I think we're going to call it after we hopefully successfully murder this guy. And there was only one route, yes. Okay. Guy up front. I would have kind of liked to have gotten another weapon, kinetic weapon, before this fight. Probably should have instead of the armor. But it really comes down to the fact that I need to commit to getting the armor. Because it's so many, you know, there's so much candy. You're like, oh, I like this too. And fundamentally, you need armor. And if I don't start spending it now, then I'll keep unlocking better and better armor that's just more and more expensive. And it'd be more and more reluctant to spend the money, so I need to commit to spending it. Oh yeah. Oop, no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Yeah, they did a really good job on the whole thing, really. So it's, for it being an indie game, especially, there's a lot of nice little detail. Okay, so we've learned that this guy right here is a boarding party. So I know there's another ship over there that needs to be tagged, but I want to make sure they focus on destroying him. Oh, we got boarding car party coming in, so I need to tag the other guys. I'm gonna have to go into first person. This is making it a little more difficult that they like to come in through the door instead of coming in from the back like the phasmids did. I can't just open the airlock and send them out. This is gonna catch fire, so I'm just gonna... I need to remember to put something back here as well. Probably med kits. Because it doesn't do me any good to have the extinguisher back here when the place is already on fire. And it doesn't do me any good to have weapons back here if I'm running into a room with enemies already in it. They're going to shoot me on the way to it. So you don't want weapons or fire extinguishers back there. Yeah, in the first campaign, the boarding parties, enemy ships will latch onto the back and they come in through the cargo bay. And one of the things you can do to kind of counter it is you can vent the back and suck them back out into space. In this expansion, they're coming in through our side door. Oh, I should have healed this guy before this fight. Calling in fire support, we're going to go for performance analyst. I've only targeted him and one of his buddies. Focus fire going. You need to get back in your seat. I don't want to mark everybody because beating him is the objective here. Where's the... Okay, there we go. We're going to overdrive all over the place. Who's left overdrive? We're through his shields already. Alright, I'm going to go on the offense and turn into him. He's eating those high explosive rounds. Oh, shots coming in from everywhere because I'm not targeting other things. Need shields. Go on defense. Got him. Alright, he's dead. And I believe these guys all, yeah. So they all flee when the captain's dead. Which is why I really wanted to focus fire on taking the champion out and not worry about all the rabble. Oh, I was like, why aren't people in their seat? Because there is fire all over the ship. I looked over here and I saw the symbols and I saw that they weren't in their seats. There's that hyperdrive and jump. Oh, what just broke? Okay, the thing we don't care about. Heal this guy up anyway, just in case we get attacked. Nothing's come up on radar yet, so I'm feeling like probably. Oh no, there they are. Oh, they got awfully close to us before we noticed them. What's broke now? Shields. We don't want that to be broken. Boarding party. Busy repairing the shields. I can't afford to not have him repair. Oh, there's a walking bomb. Yeah, I'm glad I got two people in here fighting now. Fortunately, I was rotating around him to where the guy who was still in his seat was still fighting. Oh, hey, Liquid. Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you're joining just as we're wrapping up. So you kind of missed the stream. So this will be on the regular schedule that you were familiar with. So Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday until we complete the thing. This is going to be much shorter than the hard space, obviously, because hard space was crazy long. I don't know how much content we have. 2 more hours and we might end up winning the game. I don't know how much content there is. We can do another now since Liquid's here. I'm not gonna. We'll do another mission here. But the only reason that the hard space streams were so long was because, you know, doing one ship in hard space in itself can be an hour. And it just, when we started doing that stream, it kind of morphed into like, look, in order for us to do enough ships to make the stream substantive, it just 4.5 hours is what it ended up kind of working itself out to. If I do 4.5 hours on this one, we'll be done in a week. But I'll happily do another mission. Good seeing it. Good to see you back there, Liquid. I posted this early yesterday or late Friday because I wanted to give people the maximum, get as much time as I could for them to see that it's coming. But I know that, you know, I got off. Well, it took a couple of weeks between the streams. I knew that people wouldn't know exactly when the next one was coming. Okay, good. They got the auto switch now. So I realized that this first stream might go unnoticed, and it did for quite some time. But it's up there for you to rewatch once it's over, if you're interested in watching it from the start. All right, so we got a lot of money for taking him out, which is great, because we were just talking about how we need money for armor. We're gonna stay true to that, buy some armor. Armor. We'll put it on the back. Yeah, you like the ship liquid? Looks a lot like a gecko, doesn't it? Red and white checkered, the Ferris Rojo. I had to do it. Uh, they imply that it goes faster. There's actually a fair amount of customization that you can do on this, and I'm gonna change it up. This isn't gonna be the final appearance of it, but I wanted to do the Ferris Rojo in honor of our previous stream. At least for the first session. But there will be changes made to it in future episodes. So it's the Ferris Rojo, and we have. I forgot to do this. So on the bottom we have Death from Above. Oh, typically I do. Death from Below. Because if they're above us, they see us from below, and we're shooting them from below. Try to get something a little bit more visible, color-wise. It's hard to get good visibility on this color scheme. That is exactly what they're modeled after, and in fact, this is the sequel to the original game, Bomber Crew, where you literally have B2. You literally have a B2 flying bomber in an expansion for it. So in we needed to buy. Wait a minute. We had that much more money left after buying that armor? Oh my goodness. Did we buy the right armor? In Bomber Crew, you're flying a British bomber in the original campaign, but they came out with a secondary campaign where you get to fly an American B-2 bomber, a classic B-2 bomber, and it's so much fun. Such a joy to fly it around. And I wouldn't mind playing through that game again at some point. Maybe I'll do it on an off schedule. Why I keep doing this? I want to click on weapons. Maybe I'll do that at some point on an off schedule live stream of just like hanging out on Saturday or something like that. For anyone who's interested in seeing the original. The original Bomber Crew was a wonderful game. All right, so we want a kinetic kill weapon of some sort on the front. I'm thinking missile launcher. The launcher with the. I hate to take it because right now it's a triple energy weapon. I hate to go down to a double energy weapon. We don't have. Oh, we already have the double missile launcher unlocked. I think we're going to do that. Yeah, that's a fun weapon. The front tends to have less of a firing arc, unfortunately. So it doesn't get to fire quite as often. And I feel like the missiles work better on the back, but I kind of want to change things up a bit. Well, that was all of our money. Pardon me. So let's get a. I'm not going to go on a high risk yet. An away team high risk when we don't have any of the upgrades for away team. I think that's asking for it. But clearing out enemy forces, this is one we haven't done. It doesn't have the circle on it, and should give us some good combat. So it was is the in Bomber Crew is the Lancaster the ship that we fly? Was that the was that the airplane that they used in Bomber Crew? I don't remember what the British bomber was called. Nice. I certainly would like to see them continue with this series. I mean, I know when this came out, there was some criticism in the forums, that predictable criticism, that they didn't change the format enough from, you know, they were claiming it was a reskin of Bomber Crew. Which has a little bit of truth to it, right? Because they've kept the core mechanics, but I don't really feel like it was a reskin. There are enough changes in the way the game, you know, features in the game, that for me makes it a part 2, doesn't make it a reskin. Oh, we got red dots all over the place. So I'm really hoping that we will see more. Where are they all at? I would like to see a part 3, you know. I'd like to see them continue with this series. I'm trying to read the mini-map at the bottom, because there's... Where the heck are those guys? The red triangles are guys that aren't targeted yet. I'm missing something. There they are. Oh, is he a stealth cloak generator? He's stealth. That's why I could. Oh goodness, that's new. Let's go on defense. That's why I couldn't find them. They're stealth. Oh, and they've disappeared again. Oh, that's disturbing. Oh man, they are all over me. The shield's back up. Those stealth guys didn't die, so they're still floating around me somewhere. I think that when they reappear, I need to focus fire and try to get them before they can unstealth. Is that Tom's Officer Brand? That must be another champion. Oh, I really have to... Oh, I can hack the generator. Oh, man, are you kidding me? There's no way I can do this fast enough before he recloaks. Connection loss, yeah, okay, wow. We gotta call in fire support. Oh, we got... Let's go into stealth mode. I gotta fight things. Oh, there went my shields. Come on, stealth, hold out. I got a little more time left in my stealth mode. The fighters are flying around, doing damage while I'm in stealth. There's progress being made. Oh, I have no shields. Going to evasion. Pull out all the stops. Oh, I think he's in a stealth. I have to hack that guy? Oh look, he took stray fire and we saw where he was at. Oh, that's cool. Okay, we're dropping evasion and we're going into full weapons. We need to... overdrive. We haven't, like, this is our first jump, right? We haven't even made it to our objective yet. Oh, goodness. What is causing the radiation? Oh, the radiation is from my overdrive. Flying away from me. I got fire on my ship I gotta deal with. Can't. I want to kill that stealth guy. Still out there? I don't know if that was the boss that was stealth, because I know the boss fled. I'm gonna sit here for a second. Let this guy heal up and see if the guy decloaks if he's still in the area. Because the hyperdrive is charged. Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, definitely Charmer. A boat version of this would be fantastic. Yeah. Or just even more, you know, another bomber crew where just a different era. Fine as well. So, our comms officer will eventually get auto hack as an ability, which wasn't real helpful in the previous campaign. I mean, so the hacking wasn't time-sensitive panic like that. It was more of the auto hack was more a laziness tool. It's like, I don't like clicking on the symbols. But with that stealth fighter, that would have been amazing to have the auto hack. Because that was a lot of codes they wanted me to decipher in a very short time before they recloaked. And I could see with some practice I'd be able to get through it faster, but I have other things to be paying attention to. Ships on fire, boarding parties, I can't be dealing with the hacking at that time. That was super cool. Grab this suit right here. Replace it with a weapon, a rifle. I don't need two suits on one side. Oh. I have a guy out. He's not fighting. Oh, we have boarding parties coming in. Only half of my guns are manned. Where's my objective? I don't have an objective yet because I'm fighting, so it's just gonna be go back home. Everybody back in their seats so they can actually shoot at the thing that's shooting at us. Oh, another boarding party. You know what? We're gonna experiment. Ha 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 ha! Bye bye. It worked. Sucked him out into space. I don't think that this was the way we came here. I don't remember this ion storm or neutrino storm. Enemies. Oh, flare. I don't know what the flare is going to do, but... Oh, my shields. Oh, we even took out the shield generator, too. No stealth. We have no shields, no shield generator. We have fires. Bunch of repairs that need to be done. Pull out of their seats. That guy is an engineer. And my engineer just set himself on fire. Oh, this is not going well. Stop running away from the guy with the extinguisher. Why is my shields down again? Time to call in some fire support. I just repaired that. Come on, get the shields up and running. Where was the thingy? Alright, heading back to it. You stop setting yourself on fire? Things are not going well. Finish our shields. Oxygen here going down. You know what? Come on, run. Get the thing. We're getting out of here. We're sticking around. We are getting out of here. Fast jump. On, charge faster than that. Woo, get us out of here. Hurry up and land, hurry up and land. Oh, nobody die from radiation while we're landing, please. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's how it can go in this game. We might have run away, but we did complete all of our goals. We didn't abandon ship. We just man, that neutrino blast was serious. It kept blowing out all the side stations and setting fires everywhere. And it blew out our shield. The thing that really hurt us is that it blew out our shield generator twice, back to back. It blew it out the first time, which zeroed out all of our shields. So we had to use stealth to avoid damage while our fighter support helped us out and repaired it. Once we got it repaired, they blew it right back out. And we no longer had stealth mode to fall back on. Fires everywhere. I didn't have time to, and then the O2 was going out. And then we had to go back and get the thing that was floating in space. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta know when to leave. We were on the brink of losing several crew members on that one. We weren't quite on the brink of losing the ship, but we kind of were, because the O2, dealing with the fires and the engineer being on fire himself multiple times, not having a chance to heal, the O2 broke again. And it almost ran out, even with him repairing it. And he's the best repair guy on the ship. He's the only one with the repair tool. And if that had run out, nobody has O2 masks. So they would have all started suffocating, and they were already all hurt. So we were actually pretty close to losing the ship. Oh my goodness. And we rescued this Knockate Labra. Let's take a look at her. I'm not replacing any of my crew. I get it, they're legendary. And if we have crew die off, we'll replace them with legendaries. But I'm not selling out my crew. It's not, you know. They've been loyal to my ship. I'm not gonna send them up the river as soon as something better comes along. Wow, 126 movement. That's ridiculous. That's just crazy. Look at these stats. I feel like a person with these kind of stats would just trivialize the game. This is way too much. But yeah, if we lose people, then we'll look to bring them in. but we're not gonna. We're staying with the original crew as much as we can. So we're gonna stick with the armory thing. We're gonna have to call it here. I originally intended to do this as a 2-hour stream because I know that we have limited content, and we can find ourselves suddenly at the end of the game because we don't know how many missions there are, and it can once we successfully gear up. We can't afford level 4. Once we successfully gear up, we're gonna blow through things pretty fast. If experience from the previous version is any indicator. So we can afford a shield upgrade. Have a better reactor. We have a better reactor that we can't afford yet. That's going to be a priority. This also feels like they are punishing us a lot more for my strategy, which my strategy is full evasion, minimal armor on systems. And these systems seem to be breaking a lot faster than they normally do, which I appreciate. I'm not complaining about it. My ignoring the resilience of these systems has never punished me, and it feels like it's starting to punish me. So I might have to actually start paying attention to that stat, which is the way it should be. But for now, we're going to stay to the way I normally do it, which is full-blown evasion at the cost of all other considerations. But we still don't have a higher evasion. All right, I think that's. We said we can get better shields, but they're only slightly better. We will get them. All right, we already upgraded all the weapons, so let's do shielding. And wouldn't mind having that. Put on. Because these side ones are, first and foremost, are my energy weapons. The fact that they have a kinetic weapon on it is bonus, but it's not going to override my having higher energy output when I can reasonably afford it. Right now we don't have the money for it. Alright, so it looks like we can't afford anything else. Let's get our shield upgrade. That's gonna make us. It's gonna run us out of money. And that's where we're gonna call it. I'm very happy to see you guys return. Sorry I wasn't able to give you much more of a notice that I was starting back up. I posted it a couple of days ago. I did get a Twitter account, as I had mentioned at the end of the last stream that figured I would probably do. And I posted a notice on Twitter that this stream was coming, but nobody's following me, so no one saw it. But it is on the about, and I think that I have it in the description for this video down the bottom for a link to it. But it's at Vilcata G, which you would probably could have predicted. So if you have Twitter, consider following on Twitter, and especially when I know that I'm going to go off of the regular schedule. Like I know that I'm going to do very soon, because there is going to be a hard space stream soon. Because I mentioned it earlier. There will be, I expect within the next 2 weeks, then the fourth ship class should be released, or probably is going to be released for hard space. So that stream won't be necessarily on the regular schedule, depending on when they release it. I might want to just drop it while it's hot and put out there that we're going to do a stream and check out the new ship. So that will be one of the purposes to my having the Twitter, is to be able to let you guys know on a short notice. Of course, you should also get the notification on YouTube. Goes out to subscribers, but that is something I'm going to start using. But that's going to be it. I don't think I have anything else new. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed watching this, and hopefully this has got enough content for us to get some life out of it. If it runs shy, maybe we'll complete it and then go back and do the original campaign, which I've already beaten, but I really enjoyed the game, and so we'll see how things go. We'll play it by ear. But thanks for coming out, and thanks for coming back. We will be back on our regular schedule, so Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern will be the next episode of this. I just noticed it's showing here in the news here in the background. It was showing the cloak ship that got away from us. And we'll just we'll do it till it's done, and we'll see what goes from there. But thanks again, and definitely come out Tuesday, and hopefully we'll get to see some of the other regulars come back as they see we ramped up. And feel free to watch the replay of this for what you missed in the beginning, because I explain a lot of what's going on in this game in there during the start of it. But see you guys on Tuesday, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.